All right, what's going on, guys? So, for tonight's video, I was going to do some stuff in the Shopify store and some of the plugins that we're using, but there's a little bit of a transition going on in our account, and we're having some login difficulties, so that's going to be pushed back a day or two. So, instead, tonight I'm going to do what I was going to do probably Saturday or Sunday, which is recap my week. Ton of stuff going on this week, from business for Entreployee to the podcast to public speaking to apartment hunting to other business ventures. So a lot to recap and a lot of lessons learned, but it has been a stressful week, but we all go through those, and a lot of stuff to take away from. So this week we did 2 podcast interviews. So one will be coming out on this coming Monday, and the other one the following Monday. 2 really bright women that I was very fortunate to meet through social media. So that's awesome. Really pumped with that. A lot of scheduling difficulties went into that, but we worked it out. Also had my public speaking engagement. What was it? Today's Friday. The days are starting to blend. Today's Friday, so 2 days ago, Wednesday night, something I didn't, so I recorded the whole speech. I posted that on the upload from Thursday because it was Wednesday's vlog. Something I didn't show in that is this bad boy. I didn't actually win Best Speaker, so there's a little bit of a disclaimer here. The gentleman who won is actually a professional speaker, and his talk was absolutely incredible, so I knew I had no chance as soon as I heard him speak. But when he was presented with this, he represented it to me, which I was extremely proud and extremely honored to get. A lot of positives came from my first talk, and a lot of opportunities for improvement, which I'm really excited about, but it was a good first step, so that was awesome. Also, a lot of apartment viewing. I'm still hunting for an apartment, and it's a very, very frustrating process. If any of you guys are from the New York City area and you've ever had to deal with that apartment hunt, you know what I'm talking about. So a lot of kind of trials and tribulations there, which will lead to, at the end, I'm going to give kind of my biggest takeaway and the biggest thing I learned from this week. So that was a little bit of a struggle. And other than that, it was just a lot of practice for the interviews. I'm kind of going through my passion planner and reviewing my schedule. I was mapping out tomorrow too. I have 2 more apartments to view, and we should be hearing back from the apartment we have an application in. So I'm really, really hopeful that works out, because it's a really, really nice place. But I want to talk about the struggles of this week. So first of all, in the apartment search, it's not happening as fast as I want. There are a lot of things out of my control that are very frustrating. But it is what it is, and that kind of leads to the big takeaway for the week, and we'll kind of just get into it. This week has been a fantastic reminder to always focus on the things that you can control. And this was driven home by the apartment search, by a lot of stuff going on in some of my business ventures, a lot of stuff in just preparing for the speech. Life happens, and all of a sudden, like, you can only schedule your time so perfectly, and certain things are out of your control, but you have to work with what you have, right? So my big takeaway for this week is focus on what you can control, and you just got to trust the process. And this is something I've talked about a lot in some podcast episodes recently. You know, it's hard to trust the process, and that might seem like a black box, but for me, the biggest thing always comes down to self-awareness. And that's super vague, right? But I firmly believe if you're super self-aware and you're being true to you and following the path that really feels right to you, even when it gets difficult, you just got to trust the process. And if it doesn't work out, you'll learn from it, right? I don't lose, I win or I learn. And like that may seem a little aggressive, may seem a little arrogant depending on how you think, but I that's just how I live my life. And maybe you'll agree. But I've said it probably 3 or 4 times in this little clip right here, and I'm going to say it again. Focus on what you can control and trust the process. That's my biggest takeaway for the week. I might do this every week, one episode or like one upload a week, just kind of recap what went on, recap some of the biggest takeaways, and yeah, let me know what you think if this is a cool segment that you guys might like me to continue. But please give the video a thumbs up, and if you're not already, make sure to subscribe. We're doing daily uploads, and most of them are going to be kind of inside looks into what we're doing to build Entreployee and this side hustle brand. And whenever something happens that we can't really work around, like the login issue today, we'll do something else, whether it's mindset, whether it's about the podcast or some other business venture, just to kind of keep trying to provide value to you guys. So with that said, it's almost 11 o'clock Friday night, so I'm going to go relax for a bit. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.